It waits. Then when you're done with this, just lower the shields. Wait a minute, why am I not spending this on war drones? It's 10,000 food, but I make that amount of food in 2 months.
Our construction is complete.
No, I should be spending it on war drones, because what does that make it now? That makes it
Our construction is complete.
almost 8K. You see, the problem is with the Prospector ability, what it honestly seems like is it's just a way to power up what's normally a very bad tradition to acquire. The pop housing usage has no purpose early game. Alright, let's put it to you this way, because you're not going to encounter problems with pop housing usage until you have your 3rd ascension perk, unless you screw up badly. The habit ability is about the only good thing so far about early adaptability. Because plus 10% adaptability is nothing to sneeze at, it can turn a lot of reds to yellows, allowing you to colonize a lot of the galaxy, and turning a lot of yellows into green. The one free building slot is a misnomer. It makes it so you get an additional building slot when you start, but it caps out at the planet's natural maximum. If it went past this maximum, this would be significantly more useful. But it should say 1 free building slot up to the planet's natural limit. Because as of right now, I was hoping that that would like boost all my planets again, and that would be actually useful to pick up. But instead, it allows you to build an additional building at the start, which is only really good if you go for clone facilities early, and that's kind of hard to get early. Aspiration, you don't use resettlement until you're moving undesirables around. Dietary enrichment, 10% monthly food. You're going to go negative on 2 out of your 3 resources. You're just going to go extremely positive on one of them. Well, like a shallow negative on the others, so this is kind of irrelevant unless you're going hyper positive on food. Sweet. And survival of the fittest is useless. It's just straight not relevant, because if you're getting bombarded, you're going to lose it anyway. So, adaptability is like mid-game, but even in mid-game, a lot of this stuff is just not helpful. Alright, you guys landing?
Construction is complete.
Oh, right, you're not supposed to land. Now you land. This should be like an instant conquest, let's be honest here. Oh, you can even see like a little animation of them going down to ground.
Planetary infestation begun. Enemy nest taken.
There was exactly 1 person on here. There's 0 stability. What? I'm confused. Alright, just gonna clone lab up and we'll just see what happens.
Construction is complete.
Alright, let's get our 10k army. Rarely do you ever see one, and boy is it fun when you do.
Technology conceived.
More munitions pre-igniters. I can't complain. Get me more strikecraft damage. We have like 1 thing of strikecraft. I should honestly build a carrier, but I can't be bothered. Wow, we're actually surveying something. It feels like it's been a millennia since I've been able to survey anything. Now, can I just merge all these fleets into one big one? That's the question. Oh gosh. Merge together, please. Don't care how it's done, just do it. I want to see what the end result looks like. I want the end result to be silly. Someone just built a strategic coordination center. That's not good. That is not good at all. Who are you again? Tebrig Hegemony. Hegemony, sorry. I know how to actually pronounce it, I just mess up all the time, because I just don't consciously think of pronouncing that properly. Well, actually, I've heard it both ways. Where are they? I guess I could go to contacts. Oh, homology. Or homologs. And they're the driven assimilators. Yeah, they are actually one of the more dangerous guys. They have a matter decompressor. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. They were catching up.
Our construction is complete.
That can't stand. What are you? Oh, they actually blew up the Free Warriors. Hello? Hi there. So they have to have a strategic coordination center somewhere else, because I don't see it. I see
Our construction is
their
complete.
matter decompressor, which is fully constructed. Anything else, though? I don't... They said strategic coordination center. I don't see it anywhere. So they probably are connected to a different region of space. Oh yes, all our people are together.
Our construction is
so
complete.
it is time. So our transport fleets number about how much? 11K. So nearly 4 times the average. Do not go for the core. Let's go and land armies on Boundary first. Boundary has 30,600. The core has about the same. Let's put an end to this war, shall we? Actually, I'm gonna watch this. I'm actually kind of curious to see what shows up. Size 12 Gaia World, the problem is it has the unique structures. And so, in spite of its really, really low size,
Planetary infestation
I'm
begun.
still gonna keep it. Good, the deviants are finally dead. Deviants are no longer detected. Okay, so if my general dies during this, I'm going to be pissed. Of all things, he should not die. He shouldn't be able to die. Just let me conquer these people, please. Are you building Xeno army? You got Xenomorph armies. Interesting. Okay, so they do have ranks, and the ranks do determine their actual strength. Neat. You rarely, if ever, actually notice this. I usually make my armies experience by just repeatedly slamming them into fallen empires and seeing what their end result will be. However, as of right now, I'm going to order all my fleets to watch this system, because this will crack open. Well, this won't crack open yet. It won't crack open for 2 years. We'll just have them all in Bolthor, and we'll see what comes of it. And if we have to go to war to save our things, we have multiple ways to teleport inside this place. So I think we can figure it out. Okay, so this guy was just here to survey. It's a bad world. There's nothing here. We can't build a planet. Can't do anything with it. We wait patiently as this fallen empire finally goes down. We'll have our next chance to roll for a crisis event in the next 18 years? I think it's every 25. I could also be completely forgetting, because at this entire time, I could be completely forgetting how I originally set this game up. And that could be the difference between taking 5 years and taking 500. I genuinely hope I set it up for 50 years later, because if I didn't, this is gonna suck. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here watching paint dry. 524 days. Oh boy. Well, it was nice knowing you all. Is this battle still going on? Okay, we're getting through the Xenomorph armies. It's the only thing holding us back at this point. You see, this is why I spent and took my time to ensure that I conquered everything I physically could about the fallen empires. And now we're getting to the back row. This is why I spent all this time building up all these forces. Because now I'm gonna have to wait and heal. That's no fun for anyone. Because if I assault again, I'll succeed. I'm just probably going to lose the general. And I really don't want to lose the general right now. I really don't. They were building another sky dome. Oh well. Maybe we could take over for the build queue. Build sky domes ourselves. No. No, that won't happen. They're not even going to let us build the dimensional fabricator. I know there's a way to actually get in the actual proper Stellaris now, or at least on one of the beta branches. There's now a way to get the Fallen Empire's buildings, but it requires minor artifacts and then doing the research analysis, and in the current version that I'm playing that's actually bugged, there's supposed to be a slight chance that you can get Fallen Empire buildings, but instead I'm stuck here unable to do so. Admittedly, the Multic Swarm does not need such frivolities, it'd just be really nice to have, because a lot of those buildings are actually insane, and would make a nice endgame thing for us to do. Huzzah!
Enemy nest taken.
Thank you. Alright. So, most of our transports are not doing so hot.
Technology conceived.
So, I'm going to give us probably until the thing breaks open, because we lost a lot. We lost 58 armies in total, and that was painful. Do I want to go with nerve dampeners? Is that really what I'm doing here? Do I want to have a breakdown? I don't want to have a breakdown. Just tell me when your guys are ready. You're building up again. And I do mean this war's over. We admit defeat. The best possible outcome. That's why you don't wake up in the middle of our war. Glad they at least realize that this is a pointless outcome. They can't win. You can return to Back Abco. We don't have need of the soldiers. We're gonna crack that bad boy open. We are gonna toss up an ambition that we should have tossed up a little bit ago, once I find it. Because we do need that influence, because we are just spending ourselves flat repeatedly. And we're going to... We have not gotten the crisis yet. I don't remember what day I set the crisis for, but I'm fairly certain that's the reason why we haven't gotten it yet. Instead, we had an awake empire, fallen empire that woke up in the middle of one of my other wars. So I simply decided, you know what, it's time, we're getting rid of you. Wow, you are nerf stapled? I'm so glad you're nerf stapled. That just makes this job easier. So get rid of charismatic, get rid of strong, you're going to be made delicious. Create template, apply template to all planetoids, boom, modify. There we go. You are already nerf stapled, and we will nerf staple you some more. Okay, Bobby. Create template. Not even going to be afraid of being lost anymore. Nope. No problem. Remember, everyone who has ever lost to me has felt so much better about it just a few months afterwards, for no explicable reason. None at all. Everyone agrees it's the best thing that's ever happened to them, and don't let anyone say that brainwashing is the one that told them to do so. Ooh, we can build a megastructure. Can't do that yet. We need 2 more months to go by. We need strategic coordination center.
We have adapted our species to suit our needs.
We need the mega art installation. Because I want unity. We need 100 minor artifacts to make it perfection. So if I just spam mega art installations, does that mean I could just keep permanent uptime on all my Unity? I don't need the interstellar assembly site. I can't make them like me. I've given up on that. I can build more strategic coordination centers. Alright. Build the mega art installation. Let's go. It'll be funny if it's like level 10 Admiral. Because I know exactly what's going to happen. Because, as always, once again, all my friends, the thing that we always say and do, the thing that is always true, we always look at them and shout, "We sense prey." What else do we got here in this galaxy? I say we're officially about 1/3 of the galaxy. Of course, in Pops, we are significantly more than 1/3. Although we're doing our best to eat everything we come across. I wish there was a button that I could take that just says automatically disseminate Pops from conquered persons across the entirety of my empire. We could just feast upon them. I know that's called migration, and that's illegal. So who wants to migrate in our glorious, glorious galaxy? I'm just waiting for this day. Once the day dawns, once the final day dawns for lowering the shield, we're gonna bowl it over, we're gonna see what's there, and then, and only then, we're probably just going to kill whatever shows up. Carnivorous butterflies are great. The carnivorous oh, wait. You rebuilt this, didn't you? No, the ruined sentry array. You didn't rebuild it.
Our construction is complete.
Wait, are these all ring worlds? You have 3 bloody ring worlds. Huh. Alrighty then. I'm just seeing if anything else is going to happen. I don't think so. I do want to just go in and... I see that they're fortifying on my border to the best of their ability. It won't stop me, but I appreciate it. Now, what else is happening? Also, Zarok, we finally figured out what the planetary excavations thing is, and it's unfortunately, quite frankly, terrible. It can't be done on hive worlds, which defeats the entire point of hive minds. Because hive worlds are amazing, and why would you do something that is deliberately nerfed by hive worlds? And even then, when I was doing my testing for it, it never produced anything that was remotely decent. And by that, I mean it never once gave me any max districts, which is the only reason I could think about doing that. I'm still somehow selling slaves, and I don't know how. But yeah, we finally filled out all traditions. And we are currently galactic engineering, species engineering, all across our entire galaxy and seeing what we could pull off. And we're currently waiting for 61, where we can have our rematch and conquer the remainder of this righteous entente. Although the blessed disassembly, soon communications from all your vessels will be blocked. None of you are free from sin. Are free of sin. Alright, that's neat, I guess. Still gonna declare war on you. What are you people, anyway? You're evangelizing zealots, you're fanatical spiritualists, and xenophobes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I might as well pull my armies back. Let's be honest here, these guys are far stronger than anything ever will be. We'll teleport them back from our numerous teleport locations, and we might just march into the blessed disassembly, cut them all down, and then move on elsewhere. Pretty close. We're not actually able to figure out what's going on in the Class F star. How? 100 days for the Sentry Array Part 1.
Our construction is complete.
But I don't think that's going to actually reveal anything.
Our construction is complete.
How are we selling slaves? I always ask this question, and it still never gives me an answer. We should not be able to sell slaves. I will say this once, I will say this again, I will say this 1,000 times. We should not be able to. How are we? You are almost done. I'm going to sit here, watch, and see what's revealed by this planet, because I want to know. And don't worry, in the event it's something bad, I have Yeah, but as I said, I'm devouring swarm. I literally can't look at the slave market. There we go, drone deviancy is gone, finally. Alright, one more day.
Our special project is complete.
Oh, they finished at the exact same time. The hub of the Sentry Array and the state-of-the-art installation of its own right, half listening post and half space telescope. However, it marks the first. In its own right, half listening post and half space telescope. However, it marks the first milestone in this grand undertaking. Our scientists above that planet have finally succeeded in lowering the energy barrier that covered the planet. When it disappeared, we discovered a mothballed battle fleet slowly drifting in low orbit above an otherwise insignificant rock. It appears to be the remnants of some kind of naval reserve fleet established by the Bavi thousands of years ago during the zenith of their ancient empire. With the passage of time, the Bavi must have lost the knowledge to lower the barrier themselves. The ships would have surely been used to bolster their own fleet. We've encountered some form of alien vessels in the Great Wound system. These strange objects have been flagged as the Bloody Aliens. Alright.
Our construction is complete.
Well. Beta battlecruisers. Is there anything special about these guys? Not at all. They're okay. They can exist as their own separate little thing, I guess. Alright, you'll pause. Since it's the Great Wound system, I know exactly what's there. You're gonna return to... Where are you? Because this one has been without any assistance in research for a long time. Where is it? Eglor. On Talif Prime, please assist in research. And then Hawkery is fine. What I actually was interested in is boost the Sentry Spire again. So the Sentry Spire has revealed the Void Clouds, which I'm curious of where those Void Clouds are. We can finally see in here. Where's the Great Wound? Okay, we can somehow see back here. Neat. Why hasn't this been touched yet? They're probably just kind of screwed. So, yeah, the Great Wound is a bunch of Void Clouds. We'll investigate the Void Clouds. We can run through the event chain briefly. I'm actually curious what the hive mind thinks of these things. When we're done with this small event chain involving the Void Clouds,
Construction is complete.
we will call it for the night simply because we've hit a good stopping point. With finally conquering that empire and having another war right around the corner. Speaking of which, could all of you guys just regroup politely? No, don't regroup, just sit here. We're going after Dis. And then we're going after the rest of their empire.
Our construction is complete.
How are you going? You've got 20%.
Our construction is complete.
You are researching, right? Okay. Maybe the game is glitched. Maybe these things aren't supposed to be here. Heck, if I... Nope.
Our special project is complete.
Okay then. Speak unto me your secrets, game. Our investigations in the peculiar cluster of debris and space dust has yielded surprising results. It is a particular cloud bristling with powerful charge of unknown origin. There's no business exhibiting simple reflexive actions, let alone movement with purpose, and yet it does. There's something undeniably ominous about the hazy subject of the video. Relayed video feeds, perhaps things in the universe should not be
Our
tackled.
situation log is updated.
Now. You are thinking that now. After how many things you've slain? How many empires that you've eaten? Excuse me. I think our leader, Zawak, I think you have forgotten what you're supposed to do here. Oh yeah, we have the new one. The new one's just going to be a sacrificial lamb. For a... I get it, it's supposed to be kind of
project is complete.
a reward, but... The Void Clouds may be among some of the oldest entities in the universe. They seem to have originated just a scant few billion years after matter as we know it first appeared. Tremendous forces of the young cosmos making something out of nothing. They would have been stars once, but were not. Explaining their apparent animal intelligence is more difficult, but the answer might lie in the abnormally strong electromagnetic field that keeps them together. Another product of their primordial beginnings, it is not inconceivable that, given enough time, the circulation of its strange stardust and gravitic fields align in a flexible approximation of neural pathways or computational circuits. Moreover, the clouds seem to have been receiving impulses from one another, if not outright communicating, light years apart. Quantum entanglement is suspected to play a role in this phenomena. Humbling, give me void loops, so my research gets spiked a little bit more because physics is always lagging behind. And with that, we can easily call it for the night. Hope you all enjoyed watching another one bit the dust today. Courtesy of us completely destroying yet another fallen empire. And I am going to be signing off.